Now you're welcome here on Book Chat, and today I have a very interesting book here. It's time for us to, well, give you an insight into what I've been reading for the past 2 days. On today's book, it's titled Inside Life, I Bend, I Don't Break by Seyi Oluyole, a writer, choreographer, and also humanitarian, popularly known as the founder of Dream Catchers Academy. Now, Seyi has written on popular TV shows as well, like Tinsel and also Hustle, and she is here with us here today. You are welcome, Seyi. Good to have you here.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
That book, I must say, I don't know if I can put my life in pages like you have just done. Now, your book is, it's very interesting, and I have one question. Is it real?
Yes, every single thing there.
Every single thing. This is your life in pages.
Yes.
And I noticed that even at the end, you even put receipts in forms of emails. These are emails, I should think. But first off, tell us what this book is about so everybody out there has an idea of what it is.
So the book is basically my journey through psychological abuse and domestic violence, and also love bombing, and me coming to the realization, and basically me trying to get out of the situation, the struggle of getting out of the situation, the struggle of living with the trauma, even after being physically out of the situation.
Okay.
And then most importantly, it's how one woman can literally save the life of another woman, even though it's not entirely a business.
Interesting. Nice that you said that, because I saw it that way as well, because you want people to actually learn from the things that you've been through. Now, in the book, you're married. Did you stay married all through? Or are you still married right now?
Yes.
Yes, you are. However, the effect of putting everything that has happened inside of the marriage on paper and letting everybody see it, how does that affect your marriage even currently?
So I'm separated, so I think that the only reason why I'm still married is because there is an amount of time in Nigeria, like there's no annulment in Nigeria. So, and I tried using the domestic violence, but again, like I said, I think there's a period before you can get a divorce. That's the reason why I'm still married. And I think that for me, it's a healing process. Like I said, like it's not more. I mean, I want to inspire other women to know that you know what, you can stand up. But for me, it's like it's something that I knew that I needed to say for me to reach my own healing.
I like that you've put it that way, a healing process. But let's enter into the book now. Let's start from chapter 1, the beginning of the end here. First off, I love the way you describe things. It's so real. It's like as if I'm looking at it in picture, living color, technicolor. I actually enjoy that bit. And your power of description is so beautiful, I must say. However, these are things that are very emotional that you're describing here. You talked about the beginning of the end, like you said, where you discovered that your husband, in the book here, was actually cheating. And that is something that women, when they go through, is very, very traumatic. To be able to remember the details of this and also to expose it to people, make yourself vulnerable, how do you feel about all of this?
So I journal. So I think basically what just happened was I edited my journal that I had been keeping, and also because I was constantly gaslighted, so I always had to write down events so that I would remember exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And I think for me, it wasn't even necessarily the cheating. It was all the things that happened after. So it was, I mean, if you read the book, there's no proof. It was just me speculating.
Yes,
I never really had proof. So it was just...
and that was it, because inside the description of how you discovered or came to realization, let me put it that way, that there was something going on was very, very detailed. And it has a toll on your mentality. You even noted that. In some parts, you ask yourself, am I going crazy, or am I the one who's just speculating out of the ordinary and all that? A lot of people go through that. They might not be as expressive as you are. Apparently, that's why you've put it down in a book, so that people can learn from your experience. But it goes beyond that, I would like to believe. I would like to think that there is a certain, I don't know what to call it, that has made you write such a story. What has been the response from people who have read your book to your story?
I think I've had a couple of persons call me and say, oh, I can relate to, you know, something similar has happened to me. I've had persons that maybe knew me personally say, oh, I knew something was wrong. And I think that sometimes when I get calls that I know that are related to the book, I usually ignore the calls.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I'm just like you said, I know that, okay, this is like a very big step. But it was a step that I knew that I had to take for me. And I think that at the end of the day, I'm a person. And so I'm learning to put myself first. And what I really wanted to do was write a book and release that book.
So it's a healing process for you. But what about your partner in this case? What has it been like for him?
I do not know. If you read the book, I literally, I ran away.
You ran away, yes.
So that's it. And I think that for me, the best I could do as a person was to, I think there's a note there that says that no real names were used, and anybody which is incurable, it was mostly anybody that their real name is there actually went to them and said, oh, I'm writing in my book.
May I?
About this experience, may I use your name? So I think that's mostly it. And I think that at this point, you don't even know who I'm talking about. So that's just it. We're just talking about someone that is somewhere you don't know. I'm basically the one. And I think also the interesting thing is most people did not even know that I was married until I went through domestic violence. Most people did not know. It was something that I did not want to do, but based on pressure, I did it. So it was never public. Everything I did, most people did not know until I put out a tweet. And people were like, oh my goodness, you were married. So I think that just, I'm not trying to save anybody's face, but it still does save face because it's only like very close personal people to me.
I can already see that it's a very emotional thing. Yeah, I mean, you're getting emotional right here, right now. And for everybody else who's going through domestic violence or a cheating spouse and those kinds of circumstances or factors, have you had opportunity to meet with these people, and have they told you how or what effect this book has had on them?
No. When it first happened, I think I spoke to 2 people. And I mean, for me, it's just, I just always say that choose yourself. You understand? Like, choose yourself as much as you can. And I would definitely be open to, speaking to women like that. And for me to just always think about it and choose yourself. Make sure that it's what you want to do, because it's crazy. It's crazy. You think that the hardest part is living, but like that's literally the beginning. Living is literally the beginning, especially in the community that we live. Yeah. Especially how people see divorce, both religiously, both culturally, how people view separation, even in the family way. So it's like you just have to be ready. You just have to know that once I leave, you need that mental strength and just go to therapy.
Yeah, therapy is good. Inside life, I bend, I do not break. I think it's safe to say that you wrote this book for yourself as well as for everybody out there who might have gone through or is going through what you have gone through. One short piece of advice to anybody out there who's in that instance.
I think I said just choose yourself. I think that's it. Choose yourself. And if you have maybe young girls around, because I have lots of young girls around me, or young women, just ask yourself if you would want them to make that choice. And
the choice is theirs, basically.
Exactly, the choice is theirs.
This is a very emotional book chat here, and thank you very much, Shay. I'm definitely going to read this again. I think it was very, very interesting, and like I said from before, your art of description is amazing.
Thank you.
And hey, I would love to see everybody else read this book. Thank you very much for coming on Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you for having me.
And if you're out there, the emotions are real. The names might have been changed, but the instances are the same.